Good morning.
Good morning.
We're back in the beautiful Ouachita Mountains of Arkansas after a whole week in the deserts of Arizona. Forgot where we were.
The Sonora Desert.
Yes, they were beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
So pretty. Can't wait to go back.
Yeah, we really gotta get back in the desert because it's so cold right now. It hurts.
I think it was like 25 last night.
Look how red my hands are.
Yeah, I have gloves. I bought some.
Have you ever seen Dumb and Dumber when he has two pairs of gloves on the whole time? I bet you got a second pair.
I don't have them on right now.
Oh, okay.
They're over there. But it's very nice to be able to have a fire once again. That's nice.
And I just wanted to show y'all around. We've been here before. It's been over a year since we've camped at this spot. But where we're camping is on the Alm Fork of the Saline River. And this isn't the Alm Fork of the Saline River right ahead, but it merges into it. That over there, that's the Alm Fork of the Saline River. And look how clear that water is. I really love this place. I don't know why we don't come back here more often. Well, because there's so many cool places to camp. But I am starving because we got a late morning because it is so cold. I think it's in the 20s. What, Kelly, what'd you say the temperature was? Yeah. So the temperature last night got down to 25. And this morning it didn't get much more above that. So we've been kind of hiding in the tent, keeping our faces warm, and just kind of trying to stay warm because it's really cold.
Before I get started with breakfast, I just want to say we have a lot of new subscribers, and thank you everybody for subscribing. But if you're new here, my name is Kelly, and this is my husband Cody.
Howdy everybody.
And we spend a lot of time in our tent. We are based in Arkansas. We camp all the time. We camp all over, I want to say the United States, because we've cleared a lot of states recently, and we plan to do more.
A lot more this year, actually.
Yeah. But I love to cook. I do a lot of cooking outside, sometimes over the fire, a lot of times on my little cooker here, which I love. Anything you want to say?
Oh yeah, and man, I just like camping, man.
We're addicted to camping, I guess you can say it that way. We just finished breakfast and now we have to clean these dishes. So this is what I'm going to do. I carry my little tub with me everywhere, which it's good to, if you're at a campground that has a dishwashing station, you can put all your stuff in it, carry it there. But I'm actually going to use it as a sink. All this stuff's got to be rinsed off, so I've got some water in my kettle here. I'm just going to start that up. So my cast iron, I'm not going to wash it because you're really not supposed to wash cast irons. I will wash them every now and then, but I will not ever use soap. I'm just going to take a paper towel and wipe it out. It's another thing I love about cast irons is easy cleanup. I've just got some warm soapy water in here, so I'm not really actually washing the dishes at this point. I'm just getting off like all this caked on stuff. I've got my remainder of the warm water in here and I'm going to start washing my dishes. So that is how I wash my dishes. Of course, you know, when you make an elaborate meal, you're gonna have dishes to wash, but it's worth it every time for me because we love food.
And while she's doing this, I have to go prepare for something else. As I said before, one of my main tasks is duty holes. And that is something I have to prepare when we're out here. You always want to make sure you're 100 yards away from water and that your duty hole is 6 to 8 inches deep. Had a brain fart there for a minute. So this shovel is actually 6 inches, so once I've gotten the whole entire bill of the shovel down on the ground, I pretty much know I've got a deep enough hole. And because Kelly's special, I have to clean everything out of the way, make sure nothing can touch her, make sure nothing can get her, because she's special. She's an angel princess who poops in the woods.
Since it is so cold outside, the task for today is to gather wood. So that is what we're going to be doing. Cody's cutting up some logs. Normally we would just let the fire die out during the day, but today we're going to have to keep it rolling, especially because I'm also going to want to cook on the fire later tonight as well. So that is what we're going to do right now. And Cody's doing a great job using his hatchet. You like doing
East
that?
wing or east wing?
I have no idea.
My pa always called it an east wing, and now other people are telling me it's an est wing. I don't know.
But I think you enjoy doing that.
Oh, I love it. We have some good coals going because Kelly's about to make chicken and dumplings. She has made chicken and dumplings at home countless times. Okay, maybe countless.
I think about maybe a handful of times.
And her boss was asking her about chicken and dumpling recipe this past week, and then Kelly was like,
I was like, challenge accepted. I'm gonna make homemade dumplings out here. First things first, we're gonna make our chicken, which at home I make my shredded chicken in the crock pot. And so I'm gonna do the same recipe, but in the pressure cooker. So instead of it taking 4 hours in the crock pot, I'm thinking I'm gonna time it for 10 minutes in the pressure cooker. See how that goes. I have my chicken breast in the pressure cooker. I'm gonna season it with some salt, fresh cracked pepper, of course, I love pepper. I have garlic powder. This is onion powder. Apparently it's got some moisture in it. That's good though. And then I'm gonna add some vegetable broth. This is my favorite brand of broth. And I'm just gonna add enough to cover it. About like that. Then it's ready to go. Put a lid on it. What do you think about it? 10 minutes, I think, is what we're gonna let that go. Let me set my timer.
Would like to thank Mark for getting this for us for Christmas. He really felt bad when I was using just outdoor leather gloves, so he actually gave this to me. Thank you, Mark. I needed it.
Chicken smells good. This will be the first time we've actually made something raw in here, so we're gonna see. Whoa, Cody likes to take these nozzles off and just let it go.
Woo, it smells good.
It does smell good.
All the pressure's out, so it's time to see if what we did was right, and we're about to find out. Take that seal off.
I can start shredding it and just see.
Yeah, go get your fork.
Sorry.
Is it shreddable or does it need to go longer?
I would let it go longer.
A little bit longer?
Yeah. 10 minutes starting.
While that goes for another 10 minutes, I wanted to share something with you guys. Many of you want to go camping, and many of you might not realize that Kelly and I were together for 10 years before she ever started camping.
Was it really 10?
Yeah. We met in 2006, and it was 2016 that we went on our first camping trip together.
You're right.
I took her out one time, and she was kind of reluctant because she was a Miss Diva, so to speak. She didn't like dirt. She didn't like dirt roads, and she liked pools. And then you were afraid of all animals and critters.
I'm not really afraid, just like not interested.
Not interested. So whenever we finally took her out, it was our anniversary, and we didn't have a pool or anything to get into because we just moved to Little Rock from Texarkana. That's where we're from. That's where we met, born and raised. And when we moved to Little Rock, she didn't have a pool to get into. She used to go to her parents all the time. And I swore to her, I was like, babe, there is a place out west of Little Rock that has blue water, and all I want to do is just take you out there for our anniversary. And she was like, okay, I guess. I took her out there. She fell in love with it, and then the rest is history. And we've camped almost every single weekend after that moment. So, anybody out there that has a spouse that doesn't seem like they want to do anything, just take them to a really cool place.
If I like water in the summertime and you don't have a pool, sold. Sold.
And that's where it started. Now look at her. She used to hate cold weather, and we're out.
I hate cold weather.
Ready? I think it's done.
All right, let me get my stuff. Oh yeah, that's done. That's done.
Is that shreddable chicken now?
Yes, it's shreddable. Now that my chicken's done, I can start making my dumplings. So I've got parchment paper down for my dumplings because I'm going to have to roll them out and then cut them. So I'm going to cover the table. I have all of my dry stuff mixed together. It's flour, baking powder, salt. And I'm going to pour that into my mixing bowl. I'm only going to need 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to cut it into my flour just like I would do for biscuits or scones. And to me, this is just the easiest way to cut it in. I mean, it really is. I don't know why. I just thought of this one day, and it's the best way to do it. Got my butter in here, and I'm just going to kind of stir it around. You want to get a fork and just kind of mash it around in every different direction. I think it's a 1 cup of milk, I believe.
Pre-measured?
Yeah. So I'm going to mix this all together until it's incorporated and kind of forms a dough, like a ball mixture dough. I think that's good right there. I'm going to heavily flour the surface. My dough is ready to go. I'm just kind of raking everything out of the pan here. Kind of picking it all up. Form it into a ball of dough. And you can't go camping without your wooden rolling pin. So we're gonna roll this out. Thanks, babe.
How thin?
I'm trying to get to that. I gotta flip it around. I'm just kind of concerned because everything is so cold out here. It's probably already in the 30s. You know, things just don't want to cooperate. Also, when you make this, the flour here, this extra flour, is going to thicken up your broth as you're cooking the dumplings. So if you're cooking the dumplings and you notice, it's not thick enough, just add more flour. All right, so this is what I'm going to go with right here. About that right there. Do you mind getting me my cutting?
Wow, that's really thin.
You mind getting my cutting thingy?
What's a cutting thingy?
It's a pizza cutter. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my dough into squares. I like to use a pizza cutter. Some people have dough cutters. I don't, so I have a pizza cutter. I'm gonna use that. And you can just cut them to whatever size you like your dumplings. And actually, I should probably get my water going. I need to do that, actually. So I'm going to pour my chicken broth, or vegetable broth. You can use chicken broth. I just love vegetable broth. It tastes so good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn my burner on. We're going to bring this to a boil. So the way you're going to boil these dumplings is if you were boiling pasta. I'm going to cut them. Once this is boiled, drop them in a few at a time. And when they start to float to the top, you can kind of check. If they're still really doughy, they're not done. You want them to be more... If you've ever eaten a dumpling, you want it to be like a dumpling. That's what we're looking for. If they're doughy, let them go.
If they're doughy, let them go. I like that. That's a good one, Kelly.
While we're waiting on the broth to boil, I'm going to go ahead and transfer my chicken because I need to shred it up. I mean, you can make this with the whole chicken and you can use the broth from the whole chicken, but I just find it easier, and my preferences, I like dry meat. Cody's probably like, You see any more meat in there?
Oh yeah, I see a lot of meat in there.
But he's never not liked my food. So.
I just keep my mouth shut.
I think that's about it.
And you're right, I've never not liked her food. I'm just more of like a, like, you know, steak. I like my steak to be mooing.
Steak is totally different. I mean, we're talking about chicken here.
Well, she likes her turkey dry, and I like my turkey moist.
That's poultry, though, just like chicken.
Yeah, and I'll probably die something one day. However, I will die happy.
Broth is boiling, ready to go. I'm gonna drop my dumplings in one at a time. If your broth ever becomes too thick, you can always add more. I'm not gonna do all of them at once. I'm gonna leave room for others to cook. I'm actually gonna add in my last little bit of dumplings. So I've not checked any of these yet. I'm gonna let these go for about 5 minutes after I toss my last ones in, and then I'm gonna check it. And actually, after they're done, all you have to do is toss in your chicken. I think my broth is thick enough, so I don't need to add any more of this extra flour. I'm gonna shred this up a little bit more. This chicken smells so good, man.
And it actually tastes good because she dropped some on the ground and I ate it.
So the ground chicken even tastes good?
Oh yeah, ground chicken's solid. It was
Kinda wanna make
delicioso.
some chicken salad with this. That sounds delish. So I'm thinking my dumplings are done. I just checked it. They tasted pretty good. I'm gonna go toss in my chicken. And give that a stir. And I think it is good to be served. That looks delicious.
Do y'all hear the coyotes? I don't know if y'all can hear them, but we got coyotes nearby.
I hear 'em.
Hey, this is so good.
Maybe we'll go completely.
Yeah.
Good morning. Last night was cold. I think it got probably in 20 degrees. So we have to warm our bones by this fire this morning for a little bit. So cold. Anyway, about to make some breakfast. I'm gonna do my English muffins and jam and bacon and eggs. So that sounds really good. And we really need some coffee, so we're gonna get that going. we're gonna end this camping trip here. We hope that y'all enjoyed it and that you see things that we go through to cook, to clean, to stay warm.
Make big fires.
Yeah, everything in between, because that's what it's all about.
However, if you like this vlog, make sure you give us a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and
Subscribe.
we'll catch you on the other.
Bye.